Well, let's see. Did a little bit less work the last couple of days, trying to get ready for Christmas, get ready for the holidays. So I had some work to do for that. But it's okay. Trailer is still moving along. I'm still waiting for the tile to come in, and once I have the tile, I can figure out what colors the cabinets will be. Because once the tiles come in, I'll get the flooring laid out, and then put the cabinets in. Then at the same time, put the panels up, square up the sides. So that's gonna be a big move. So I'm hoping in the next week I'll have the cabinets in and the side panels up, and then we'll start on the electrical, trying to get that get the trailer all wired. So what I did accomplish is I chopped off all the bolts off the T-nuts, which are the carriage bolts going up through the framing down underneath. And I'm hoping that is level enough. I'm trying to get that because I'm putting tile on, vinyl tile, and what I'm reading is you got to have everything flat, otherwise I can mess up the tile. And overall, I think I'm pretty good, but I may go down underneath the trailer and try to pull this down just a little bit more. I also have some wood filler that I'll pull down to fill in some of these gaps between the wood here. Try to get everything as level as possible so that the tile holds. We'll see. I also have the wheel wells ready to go in, but I think I'm going to wait for the tiling. First, I'll mark out where the wheel wells will go, and then I'll tile around that, because I do need to still attach the panels permanently, or permanently as best as possible. And so the wheel wells do sort of block access to some of the places where I would put staples for the paneling. So I think I'm going to wait to put those in after I get the tiling in. So in the meantime, in sanding the oven sink cabinet, trying to get that ready to either paint or stain, depending on what I'm going to do. I might have to replace some of these side panels. They're not in too good a shape. They're actually splintering down here. Get some water damage down at the bottom down here. I do have some extra birch that I could probably pull this off pretty easily and put back in. And I'm going to keep that for mica, so I'm just going to have to clean it up a bit. So trying to get that ready. I have the wall cabinet ready to go. Again, once I figure out color-wise. So where I have been spending time is trying to get Laura's Christmas gift together. And I tried, along with the boys, to do something crafty this year and make a clock where she can put all her medals for qualifying for Ironman on, and they'll attach via magnets. So I've got the magnets in, I have them glued in, I'm just letting the glue dry, and then the ribbons go back behind. I hope it looks all right. I don't know, the routing was interesting, actually created a lot of mess, and tried to keep up with the wood that was coming out of that little piece of wood. So we'll see. I'm also going back and just checking some of the framing that I did originally. I did crack this piece here with the screwing. This is a harder wood. I've learned that I should have drilled some pilot holes for these screws. So I pulled that off. I put some glue in here, clamped it down, and I'll reattach this board once this is dry. This is actually pretty dry now, so and pull that out. I just didn't want that wood to get stuck with the glue on there. So here you can see the crack a little bit. So I'll drill some pilot screws for this piece, and make sure that that's squared up nicely. I'm just trying to redo some of the parts that, again, this is the first area that I worked on, and these are not really squared up. Probably need to square them up a little bit better. But that's it. The part that I did work on that I didn't update is I did decide to replace the door frame. So I did that, and I got a little bit ahead of myself, and I did not take enough pictures of this. I thought this was a piece of 1x1, but it ends up being another board that is attached perpendicular to this framing here. It slides into this metal framing. So I had to rethink how I did all that. I had to reconstruct. So actually I spent almost the better part of a whole day just working on this piece, and it's not done yet. I actually just put in some nails just to hold it. I had to go get some different nails. I'm going to pull this back off. I've got to nail this on. I'm going to then reattach it to the framing. I had to redo this part here because this original piece of frame was a bit rotted, and the part of framing that was holding up the door here had warped a bit, so it was not perfectly square with the door frame. So once I put a square piece on, I then had this gap, so I did put in some sister boards. Oh man, it's been one thing after another. So but I've got that pretty well set up, understanding that I needed to have a little bit of a gap here. The tile will go here, and this will sit right on top of the tile. See how that all comes together. So that's the update for now. I'll get back at it after Christmas. All right, happy holidays.